Hey y'all, welcome to Resale Therapy. My name is Tracy. I go by Kidlet and I sell on Mercari, eBay, and I've just recently started to test the waters over at Facebook Marketplace. More on that at another time. Today, I want to talk about one of the best things about being a reseller. And no, I don't mean shopping, although that is pretty freaking fantastic. And no, I don't mean making money because that's fun too. This incorporates a little bit of both. I mean bolos. Now, if you haven't heard that term before, bolo stands for be on the lookout. And if you can get them low enough, you can sell them for a decent profit. Let's start down here. Tinker toys. Always pick up Tinker toys, especially if it's the wood ones. Not so much the plastic, I don't think, but definitely the wood ones. You want to find them in decent condition. The more, the better. This is one of those huge containers, big round containers. And it was the cardboard bucket with the metal top and bottom. It had over 250 pieces. Well, this says 260. And they were the wood kind, some plastic, but not all, and the knobs and the rods were wood. Those are the ones that people are looking for. And this sold for $50. And I've done this twice. I was lucky enough to find another one. I was able to buy it for $4 or $5 and sell it for $50. Harley-Davidson motorcycle wall clock with revving sounds every hour. Each of these motorcycles have a distinct revving sound to them, and each hour it would play that motorcycle's sound. I paid $8 for it and sold it for $25. Next, Pioneer Woman. I love me some Pioneer Woman. I have gone on record saying that before. I don't like to have it so much in my home because my children break stuff. I tried. I got some plates. They were amazing. I'm going to have to sell them because two broke and I said, that's it. They're leaving the house. These are range top salt and pepper shakers, new in the box and sold for $20. Next is this Doctor Who set. I was gifted the Lego-like looking gray pieces, a Doctor Who and a Screaming Angel from a friend for Christmas. And then I was at a garage sale when I happened upon someone selling all the other characters that you see for like $1. And I was so happy, and I had them displayed for quite a long time. And then I decided to sell them, and I looked them up and was blown away to find out that it was a bolo. So I paid $1 in, and I ended up making $30. Next were these Beatles glasses. I paid $2 for these. Yes, 50 cents a piece. And I sold them at best offer for $25. I think I had them listed at $40 because someone at some point in time, or a few people, had sold them between $35 and $45. All right, now I have paid 25 cents here, but that's just the lowest I estimate my stuff at for buying at the bins. This has an intriguing story. This is a ring box, mid-century modern ring box. I was at the bins leaving. It was my birthday. I dug through one last bin as I was getting ready to leave, and I saw this, and I thought it was like a Tupperware thing, because it kind of looks like a tiny tray, covered tray. And I opened it up, and there was a ring inside. It was a 10-carat white gold ring without stones. I ended up selling the ring for almost $100, and I sold this separately for $20. So don't discount the ring boxes. Some of them can be worth a little bit of money, enough to be qualified as a bolo. Next is a Jim Shore ornament. Now, if you can sell a 2020 Christmas ornament, and make $20 off it. Oh, 22. It's a bolo. Okay, because nobody wants to remember 2020. 2021 wasn't that great either, but 2020 stunk. Okay, and if I can sell a Jim Shore ornament that is marked 2020, it's a bolo. Okay, all right. So yeah, keep an eye out for Jim Shore. Period. There's another Jim Shore in this list. Hi, Blue Sky, Gold Mink, Sarah. I think it's Sarah Gold Mink. Anyway, her last name is Gold Mink, and she does these phenomenal clay pottery pieces. Usually there is a building and a bottom tile that's under the house. The house lifts up. You put the candle on the tile, put the house on top of the candle sitting on the tile, and the house lights up all pretty like. There were so many little details. This little house was so super cute. And I've sold a couple other pieces by Gold Mink Blue Sky, and they do okay. Usually about minimum $15. I've never had one that sold extremely high, but I just haven't found the right one. And this one was adorable, and it became a bolo. This was a bolo brand for sure, Arthur Court. And had I been smart, I would have snagged a couple of extra pieces from the mom and pop shop recently when they had their Arthur Court. But even the big rabbit bowl that I showed in my recent video, it only sold for like $25-30 for that big bowl, and they had it for $20 in the store, so I didn't do it. But this one I only paid $2 for, and I don't know if I can zoom in enough, but those are little frogs in the bowl. And you can see there was some greening on the bowl, and it still sold for $20. Okay, you'll notice this did not sell for $20, and yet I had bolo on it. That's because these are Frank Lloyd Wright architectural design stones. He's a architectural designer. Very awesome. These stones, they like absorb water, whatever, but the design on them is what gets people to get by them. And these had serious condition issues, so bad, and yet they still sold for $13. They can retail for $25 to $40, so keep your eye out. This is a Wonderful, I did not spell it wrong, that's what it's called, Wonderful Life wooden music box, because it's made of wood. This was so cute, and I found it brand new in the box, and although I got it chopped off here, it sold for $27, and the nicer ones sell for even more. Wow, this got chopped off at Fitz. I don't know how that happened, but Fitz and Floyd, don't discount the Fitz. This was so different with the fish swimming around in the coral in the middle. This was so neat. So just because of the fish, I got it. Now, I love Fitz and Floyd, but something told me this was going to do better than the little trinkets, and it did for $27. Now, I just picked this up because it was weird, and sometimes that's all you need. This is a little shot glass, and I did not know who Joe Perry was because I wasn't a big Aerosmith fan when I was a kid. I am now because this little shot glass that I bought for 80 cents fetched $25 because apparently the picture was designed by Aerosmith rock band member Joe Perry. This is a Better Homes and Gardens cookbook from 1951. Now, it sold for $30, and it may have sold for more, or quicker, but it sat for a while because it was looking for the right person who would appreciate all the added recipes and ads and clippings from newspapers and other types of related ephemera, I guess you could call it. Ephemera, is that what you call it? But there's like written hand notes in there, newspapers and recipes from newspapers, written notes on pages. It is just chock full of interesting tidbits. And not everybody wants that in their cookbook, but I knew that somebody would. And eventually it sold for $30. Oh, and I paid $6. San Miguel recycled glass. Now, some San Miguel does not sell well. Like, I had some that just sat there. But these sold pretty well for $25 for the set of 4. Sadly, I paid way too much for them. I paid $3 a piece, something like that. Yeah, $12 for the 4. Not the smartest idea. I didn't think that they would only sell for 25, but if you're paying like a quarter a glass, that would definitely be considered a bolo. This was amazing. I was at a garage sale, and here it says 10 cents, but I recall it being 5 cents. I don't remember now. And they made me a deal on top of an already existing cheap price. So I think it worked out to really 5 cents per fabric piece. And would you look how much this sold for? $50. Why? Because it's Mary Inglebright. Mary Inglebright fabric you need to keep your eyes open for because it sells really well. Organ Transplant Lunchbox, and it had its tags. This is by Fred and Friends, it's also called. It is a lunchbox. It is funny. It was never used, and because of it, it sold for $20, and I paid $2.50. This was beautiful. I had no idea this was going to be such a high-end bolo for a glass. This is signed by O'Hare. It is signed on the back of the dragon, and luckily you can see it through the glass. The dragon is pewter, and it had a resale value of $35 to $45, and I sold mine for $39. I paid $1.20. Another Jim Shore. This was a musical angel. I hate saying music box when it's not really a box and you can't keep anything in it, but what do you call it? Just musical figurine, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I paid a little high for this, $12, because I thought it would be worth a little more, being that it was Jim Shore. But I did also sell it out of season. Sometimes you'll get more for out of season because people go, ooh, that's the only one. But $42, not bad. Definitely a bolo, and I would do it again. These were different. I had never seen anything like this. They were obviously made by a practicing artisan or a young artisan or something, or it was just a bad day for them, because if you notice, they're all 4 different heights. And the red one doesn't have that different color at the bottom. It was like shaved off, like they totally messed up. But I love that. I actually love the fact that they are all different, and not just the color, but these little mistakes and such. It means it's unique and no one else is going to have them just like that. And because of that reason, these cups sold for $4.99. $40. I mean, they sold for $40.99, and I paid $1 each, $4 total. Now this I found at the Goodwill outlet as well. So there I have it priced as maybe 25 cents. It was in excellent condition, and let me tell you how crazy that is. When you open this up, there are 25 slots with 25 little books, because it is an advent calendar. So each day you would read the little book and the story would continue from the first and finish on the 25th. Every book was there. Every book was in good condition. The container book was in great condition. I was amazed. And what was even more amazing was the fact that it sold for $26. Bert and Ernie. Yeah, they had to make it into the BOLO list. I know I've already talked about them before, but I got them out of that $5 grab bag that I still have a couple more things to sell out of. That it profited me like over $100 now. And these two were $20 for the pair. So they had to be part of my BOLO list. They were amazing. I know it looks like a globe. It's not a globe. It is a 3D puzzle by Ravensburg, and it comes with that little stand and everything. I got it for $3.50 at a mom and pop shop, sealed in the box, and it sold for $25. These were so amazing. Ugh, 4 Russian leader mug shots. Get it? Mug shots. They're shot glasses with their ugly mugs right on front. And they sold for $21.20, and I paid $4.50. This was so amazing. I went back to the shop 3-4 times, and each time looked at it going, I really should get that. I really should get that. In fact, I was there when someone dropped it off. So let me explain this thing. On his side is a little shelf, and it's got books in it. 2 books on the shelf and 1 in his hand. You put a book in his hand and you turn him on, and he reads that story. And he occasionally looks up from his book to look at you to make sure you're listening. I know, right? Super cool. I paid $20. It sold for $85. Some have sold for as high as $120. When I saw this angel, I initially thought it was a Jim Shore, and then I realized, no, that's not his handiwork. But I grabbed it and looked into it. It is a Thomas Kincaid, and it sells for more. It sold for $55, and I bought it for $2.49. Scooby Dooby Doo, I'll spare you from my singing voice now. So Scooby Doo and Shaggy 2, and these 2 ghosts, which glow in the dark, by the way, and the mystery machine. The back half of the blue shell there flips open to reveal a cage for ghosts. How that works, I'm not exactly sure. And a computer and a satellite dish, and it's amazing. Kat looked it up using Google Lens and found that they could sell for $25. So we bought it for $4 and sold it for $23. Y'all, this one was so different. This was only 25 cents at a St. Vincent de Paul 25-cent sale day. And my son is left-handed. So I thought, if anything, I'm only paying 25 cents. And maybe he would want it as a funny joke, being that he's left-handed. Then I looked it up and saw what Dog Patch was. I don't know the name of the actual theme park, but this is a souvenir from a Little Abner theme park that is no longer in existence. When I looked up the sold prices of previous pictures, some had sold for up to $55. Now mine did have a tiny chip, and it sat around for a while, and I ended up taking a best offer of $22. But still, this does not take up a lot of room. It's very tiny, and I only paid 25 cents. That is the definition of a bolo. Chala. Chala or Shala. I don't know how you pronounce this. There it is on the bag. These are vegan leather purses, and they are freaking adorable. Whether they're vegan leather or not, they're freaking adorable. I found this one at St. Vincent's. I paid full price at $4 because it was just that stinking cute. I ended up getting myself one online because of this purse with a dragonfly on it, and it is even cuter. I made up the cost for both my purse and this purse by selling this one for 28 bucks. Now, I'm not sure if I released the video with these guys in it or not, but these two came in a $5 garage sale box, and it was loaded with miscellaneous vintage toys from the 90s, late 80s. These two were the kings of the box, though, because they sold for $22. Their names are Bebop and Rocksteady, and they are enemies of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And finally, my last bolo is this trash bin with frogs on it. It's lucite. It's a very hard plastic, and it has a bunch of bubbles in, well, almost the whole thing, but bigger bubbles in the frogs to look like the little freckle specks on the back of their backs. This was freaking crazy looking, and I loved it so much I picked it up for $4 on a hunch. And I about died when I looked it up. Some of these were selling for over $200. Now, there were 3 or 4 out there, all marked at $200-something, and it takes the right buyer, because not many people have over $200 to throw down on a lucite garbage can. I lowered my price a couple of times, and then I took a best offer of $110.50. That's over $100 profit. And those are my bolos from last year. Things I was able to sell for $20 or more. I hope this has given you an idea of what you can buy in the real world and flip online for a profit, because remember, shopping is not hoarding if you sell it. So until the next video, have a great day, have a great tomorrow, and we'll see you next time. Bye!